to be the gal who got to play a character who was not a victim, who overcomes, who is not your typical horror film female character, who's a fighter, who has inspired that in people, is a great honor. I had no idea. You know, I knew the script was great. I loved Sydney's journey in the first one, but I had no idea the effect that she would have, the impact that she would have on people, and it really touches me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey, welcome back. As you can see here, I am very excited. I got to meet the cast of Scream very briefly for this photo right here. And I got to see a Neve Campbell panel at Monster Mania 57 in Philadelphia. It was really fun. Before I jump into the video showing you footage from the panel and some of the stuff from the floor, I'm going to just talk about my experience there. I arrived like right at noon, just in time to catch the Neve Campbell panel. There's stuff that I heard her say that I hadn't really heard at other panels, because I watch some of those sometimes on YouTube. So that was pretty cool. I think I got some good questions and answers. One thing that I didn't get, actually, I didn't get to record this, but I heard her talking about Wes and like the final scene where Billy and Stu are explaining their motive to her. And one of the things that Wes told her was for her to act like there was a bullet inside her, just like ricocheting inside of her body. And now when I like watch that scene in my head, she's kind of like hunched over, like leaning on the kitchen counter. And whenever they're telling her, when she asks about why they killed her mother, and they like tell her she looks like she's in a lot of pain, and she's kind of like hunched over, and I can kind of see like that ricocheting bullet. So that was like really, really cool, and I'm sad I didn't get it on video, but I'm like really happy that I heard that. After the panel, I went to the floor a little. I had like 4 hours until my photo shoot, so I figured I would have time to stand in line for a few hours to get an autograph, but I could like look at the floor first. And so I like looked around the floor, and when I went to go get in line for my autographs, I wanted to get like Neve, Ski, and Matthew on this VHS that I have here. That's the same VHS that she's holding in the photo. But the lines were like so long, and it was like hours and hours of waiting if you wanted to get an autograph. And I think people were lined up since like before the panel, so they probably missed the panel. I would have stood in line, but they like capped the lines. They had staff members handing out tickets, and they said like come back later when we called ticket numbers, which was just insane. So I left there, and I was kind of frustrated, and I got to walk around the floor a bit more. I went outside for a minute and took a break. And I'm actually kind of glad that I didn't stand in line like the whole day, because that would have kind of just like sucked. I enjoyed like shopping and seeing the floor. It was my first Monster Mania, so that was really cool. The stuff they had was awesome. So then I went back in, and the lines were like shorter, but it was time for me to get my photo taken. So I think that's the only reason why the lines were shorter, because people had to go get in line for the photos. And that was a really awesome experience. When I first got to the photo, David Arquette was the first one who stood out to me. He just had like such a big smile, and he was just so like friendly and warm, and he had like a really warm energy. So I remember him being like the forefront. Like he was the first person that I like saw, and then I saw everybody else, and it was just like so exciting and so quick. But I asked Neve if she would hold my VHS, and she said yes. And then I gave the plastic knife to Skeet, and as you can see in the photo, he's like holding it up to my neck. And what was cool was like when we're taking the picture, I just like felt his hand kind of like on my shoulder. They just seemed like super friendly, and like they were happy to be there. Then I got my stuff back and I left, and it was all kind of like quick. The autographs are usually where you get more time to like talk with them. The photos are usually pretty rushed. So that's like why I'm sad I didn't get an autograph, but the experience was great overall. As I walked out of the photo shoot, I remember vividly, I kind of just like covered my mouth and like almost just like a reactive way, like I wasn't even thinking while I did it, but I like covered my mouth and I said, "Oh my God." and there was people like about to go take their photo with him. As I walk out, there's like a table where you put your stuff, and they were on the other side of the table about to go into the photo shoot. And like the girl saw my reaction of me saying, "Oh my God," and she kind of just like, I could see the excitement, and she was amused by my reaction. But it was just like a real like shocking kind of moment, and I wasn't like super nervous or excited going in. Maybe when I saw them like I was about to take the photo and they were like in vision, I got more excited. I live in New York City, and I kind of see some celebrities sometimes at my job, or I've been to a lot of conventions before, so it's not like, you know, it is exciting because I really appreciate the art that they put out, but I don't really get like that excited anymore. But I was like surprised at how I felt after I met them, because my hands were like super shaky, and I went to go pick up my photo, and I was trying to like hand the lady some cash while putting all my stuff together in like this bag, and I was trying to get one of those like plastic frames to put the photo in, and I just couldn't do it, so I just like handed her the frame and had her like put it in the frame for me, because like my hands were so shaky. And she told me that I told her that my hands were shaky, and she said that my hands wouldn't be shaky if I wasn't a true fan. When I got home later that night, I like really thought about it, and I was like less in shock from it all. But I did have a moment where I was just like super grateful, and I had a few happy tears, just thinking about how blessed I am and how cool it was to meet some of my favorite actors, and a movie that was super influential on me growing up. But enough about that, and I'll just like show you guys the footage of the panel. And at the end, if you guys like it, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out, helps my channel grow. I want to keep bringing you guys cool content like this, and the more my channel grows, the more I'm inspired to keep doing stuff, to keep filming stuff for you guys. So thank you.
This is quite a group. Okay, you guys have questions for Neve? You see the microphone in the center. Speak loudly. The acoustics in here are terrible. So come on up.
Am I going to start? Okay. Hi, I'm Angel. My question was, so there's a theory floating around on social media about in the first scream after you and Billy are done, you know, you say, no, I don't know. You say, "Oh my God," twice, and people think the first "Oh my God" is you realizing Billy is the killer, and the second "Oh my God" is Ghostface. You realize Ghostface is behind him because you look a different direction. I was just wondering if you could confirm or deny that theory.
Oh my God. I really have no idea what you're talking about. No, she wouldn't have known at that point.
I didn't think so
No.
either, but that's like a really big theory floating around. I guess that's why I wanted to ask.
Yes.
But thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. You can bend that down towards me. There you go.
Of all the screens that you've been in, what was your favorite scene to film?
My favorite scene to film, probably the final sequence in the first movie. It took us at least 10 days to shoot that sequence. I was covered in blood, and to the point where they would not wash my clothes each day because the continuity had to be correct. So I would put them on in the morning, well, at night actually, and they were crusty, and then they would spray me with water. So it was kind of disgusting in that sense, but the scenes themselves, working with Skeet and Matt, who I think were phenomenal in those scenes, that was a great experience. Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Believable, and it has to be something that an audience is going to engage in. For me, I like to create a history for the character. I like to really think of who they were prior to, what their history was, and sort of delve deep into that, and then find parts of myself that I relate to the character. And that's where I start from.
A
Great. Well, thank you so much. And you're amazing. Thank you.
Have strength, have courage, give weight to the character and truth to the character. Thank you. I was so sad about Dewey's death. I thought it was tragic, and I don't usually like to criticize the writing in these projects, but I was really disappointed in their choice to get rid of David. Dewey's such a wonderful character, and I think we were all in love with him, and I think we all felt pretty sad about that. Which of course is the reason they do it, because it has more impact, but now I miss him. I want to see more of him. Yes. Jada. I think she's such a powerful woman, and I loved her performance. And it's for me. I never get to do scenes with the actors who are in the first sequence. Yeah, and I would have loved to have had some work with her.
There's so much talent in the beginning sequences, and that's part of the brilliance of the film.
That's the fun, right? Yeah. Nobody thought that Drew Barrymore would be killed, right? Thank you. Inside the soundstage was the house. It was exactly the same. And I hadn't been there in 25 years. So to walk on that was very moving. And then when I walked into the kitchen area, they had the signs that said, for Wes. And I lost it. It was very emotional for me. But I was so grateful that they were honoring him and paying tribute to him in that way. So thank you for that question. He was truly a brilliant director and a brilliant friend, and responsible, obviously, for the greatness of these movies. To put as much into it as they could, and great thought. Everything had purpose. Is that you? Is that me? Every choice that he made was conscious and had purpose. I think we can get lazy in this business as filmmakers and as artists sometimes. We just throw things together and say, oh, that's good enough, but that wasn't Wes. And so I guess he taught me to really strive to do a great job always.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello, Queen. So I've always wondered and heard through the grapevine that in Scream 4, after Jill had stabbed you in the stomach, after you'd been stabbed multiple times throughout the franchise, you were actually supposed to die and go in a coma, and you were supposed to wake up in Scream 5 and after being in a coma, not have any recollection of what happened in Scream 4.
I love all these versions that people come up with.
Yeah.
No. That's good though. I like it.
Okay. Second, you and Denise slayed in the pool scene, flopping. And last but not least, we need you back in Scream 7. Sydney, don't ever settle for less. Wes created the franchise and you are the franchise. Keep slaying, girl, and keep doing you. We love you.
So much to us to get to meet you guys and hear how our work impacts you. You guys impact us in so many ways you don't even understand, and we're very, very grateful. So thank you.
Oh, there he is. Thanks. Oh, sorry.
thank you guys for watching. Like I said, if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and helps my channel grow. And for those of you who have seen my how to make a screen accurate Ghostface costume video, and you had questions about sewing the glove to the sleeves of the costume, I have made a more in-depth video because I had to fix my costume for this convention. So you can check that out over on my Patreon. I think that's where I'm going to be posting that. But yeah, check that out. Check out my Patreon. Show some support if you would. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.